Today we're going to do an application for plantar fasciitis. Now, plantar fasciitis can come off of the calcaneus or the heel. Start about right here at the base of the heel and can translate out to the toes. One of the things that's also interesting about this is this can come from a reduced dorsiflexion of the foot in which the talus is actually sitting forward. So after someone adjusts or works with that, that helps to reduce some of the strain on the plantar fascia. It can also come from an inverted or an everted calcaneus, which will put pressure or tension onto the lateral or medial tubercles, in which is one of the origins of the plantar fascia. So today, one of the things we're going to do is show you two methods for taping the plantar fascia. One in which it's clinician assisted, and anyone can do this. You don't have to be a physical therapist. Anyone can do this. The second, we will show how to do a self-application. And we're going to concentrate on the plantar fascia and then something that can mimic plantar fasciitis, which is tibialis posterior tendonitis. So we're going to combine the two of these to help reduce plantar fascia right in this region. So when we're taping this, what I want to have my client laying on her tummy, so in a prone position. I want the foot relaxed, not in a dorsiflex position, because if it's in a dorsiflex position, I'm now putting pressure on the plantar fascial area. I want to reduce that tension so that when I place the tape on here, as they stand and go into dorsiflexion, that reduces the tension that is created through the plantar fascia. So we're going to take our first piece of tape, tear our 2-inch end, place this down at the base of the toe. We really don't have to worry about position because she's not overly pronated or supinated. Going to take this off, 10% tension, and then come up and around on top of the Achilles, right? Just like so. Tack that down, again 10% tension, and then we're going to have our client roll over onto her back. Go ahead, please. Come down a little bit for me. There you go. And would you mind bending that leg? There you are, thank you. Okay, we've got everything tacked down really nicely. Tibialis posterior will come down right here, as it's named, behind the tibia. Comes down, and we're going to follow that, because oftentimes people will feel plantar fascia right here on that medial tubercle, but it can also be associated with tibialis posterior tendonitis. So again, we've removed our backing 2 inches on the end, and again 10% tension, following down tibialis posterior, just like so. Again, my foot is her foot is relaxed. Okay, so that when she does put tension on this, now that lesioned or painful area in which we have is now supported by the tape, so that when we go into a dorsiflex position, there's significantly less pain through that lesion or painful area, because it's approximating that tissue that can be a major part of that injury that she has. And this is how I think it is really good to tape plantar fasciitis with a clinician or friend assisting. So a moment ago, we did the therapist-assisted or friend-assisted, in which somebody tapes the plantar fascia. What we're going to do now is how you would tape yourself. Again, we want the foot in a very relaxed position, because I want to try and reduce the stress on the plantar fascia from start to finish. And remember, the plantar fascia starts at the base of the calcaneus or the heel. It can also come from a medial and lateral tubercle and go up to the base of the toe and splay out. So with my foot in a relaxed position, I'm going to take my tape, tear the end, okay, my 2-inch strip, 2-inch anchor rather, put it at the base of the toe, and as I pull this off, I'm going to kind of let it bowstring a little bit, 10% tension, which is paper off tension. As I put this in and then tack this down, now my foot again in a relaxed position, okay, and let's presume this is my point of pain for plantar fascia. Now, sometimes, again, with plantar fasciitis, you can have pain that is right here at the anterior medial portion of the calcaneus or the tubercle. Okay, so one of the things that can occur with this can also be sometimes mistaken for tibialis posterior tendonitis, but the two of these can actually commingle a little bit. So the second thing that we're going to do, we're going to take our second piece, again, 2-inch strip for our anchor. We're going to place this about 3 finger widths above the medial malleolus, or the inside ankle bone. So 3 fingers, paper off tension, follow this around. You can actually go up a couple of fingers if you need to, paper off tension, and you notice this goes right over this anterior medial tubercle of the calcaneus. Doing these two combined in a relaxed position will reduce that painful area with the tension on it, so that when we now go into a weight-bearing position, as we do that, now we're taking more pressure off of the tibialis posterior and the plantar fascia. So that is the assisted and the self placement of plantar fasciitis.